In 1 Chronicles 29, we see this prayer from King David. Praise be to you, Lord, for everything in heaven and earth is yours. Wealth and honor come from you. Now, our God, we give you thanks. But who am I, and who are my people, that we should be able to give as generously as this? Everything comes from you, and we have given you only what comes from your hand. As this scripture says, any resources we have come from God. They belong to Him. He generously shares with us, which allows us to follow His example and be generous with others. In this way, our resources don't just belong to God, they belong to anyone who has need. It is a sincere act of worship, of thanksgiving, to share our resources with the Salvation Army's international work and ministry. Around the world, God is using our World Services self-denial offerings in many different ways. A preschool in Montego Bay, Jamaica, had a leaking roof, rain pouring in on the students and staff on a regular basis. To follow local codes, the playground needed new ground resurfacing. And the whole building, the preschool and the core hall, needed paint. A Central Territory Global Mission team was able to provide the funds and workforce to complete the necessary work while they connected with our partners, the officers, teaching staff, and core members in Montego Bay. The South America East Territory held a youth camp, which our territory helped fund with World Services offerings. This camp had a great impact on the participants. Their testimonies say it all.
Honestly, I had low expectations. I'm going through a very difficult personal moment, and I wasn't in the mood to attend the event. Perhaps deep down in my heart, I had the hope that the camp would help me find the peace that God had for me, to feel closer to God again. But my low expectations were greatly exceeded. From the moment I arrived, I could feel His presence. I met Jesus in every activity, every workshop, devotional time, and the fellowship around me. I was truly very blessed, and I could constantly feel the love of God.
Another shared,
During the devotional time, God spoke to me, telling me how much He loved me, and showed me at every moment that I was never alone.
The leaders shared,
Our young people are full of gifts and talents with many abilities to develop in ministry. All of them were challenged in each workshop and meeting, and they feel the desire to continue clinging to God and to serve Him within their capabilities.
These are two simple examples of what a difference your act of worship makes when you give to World Services self-denial. When we remember that our resources don't belong to us, but to God. And when we trust Him for our provision, it becomes a joy and a privilege to give generously.